everyone, welcome back to my channel. So before I started any other type of video, I really wanted to take the time to tell you guys about my latest labor and delivery story. How baby girl number two came upon this world, and it's a pretty amazing story. I know every mom is probably, head over heels over her baby. So excited to talk about her delivery story and experience, and that's one of the cool parts once you get past it. But in my case, this delivery was extra special just because it was a successful VBAC, and I have been dreaming of this day ever since my first C-section, which really scarred me. And I actually did a series on this channel called Scarred for Life. So I'm getting emotional just talking about it, just because this baby gave me back the confidence I needed. It gave me back confidence in life, in myself, and the whole process of giving birth naturally. It was just incredible. And the way it came about, first of all, I was nervous the whole pregnancy. I had spoken with my doctor. I had a lot of support from my husband, and I had done a lot of research because I really didn't want anyone to put me down. So I read books, I read blogs, I went to a seminar, like a kind of, I have the words in French. Don't forget, by the way, I'm French speaking first, so sometimes I think in French and it takes me a while to find my words, but yeah. So I'd done a lot of research on VBAC, and I really knew that I wanted to try it. I was a little bit scared about that rupture risk, the scar rupturing from the inside, but even my doctor said, C-sections have risks too. It's just we don't talk about them that much. But obviously the rupture risk, if it does happen, in the 0.01% of times that it happens, it could be bad. It could be deathly. God forbid. So yeah, I was nervous. My mom wasn't so sure. She didn't know. I mean, it's kind of a cliche that once you have a C-section, you always have a C-section. So it was kind of a new concept, idea, and I didn't really care that much. I really wanted to try. I said, I want to try. If we have to go down the C-section road, I'll do it, of course. I mean, it's my baby's health after all, but and my life and hers, so of course, but I really want to at least try and not be scared right away. So we went down that road. My doctor gave me papers to read and a consent form to sign. That was kind of stressful too. You feel like you're signing away your soul or something. I was due on November 1st, and you know what? That's what happened. I gave birth exactly on November 1st. And the day before that, I was at a birthday party and I was dancing the night out. And so ladies, if you want to give birth and you don't know what to do, you already did all that cleaning the house stuff and eating spicy stuff, dance, just shake it. Maybe it'll work. So literally a couple of hours after that, during the night, well, the end of the night, the morning, I started having mild contractions, and they were about 15 minutes apart. And I wasn't sure even if they were contractions, even though I did give birth before, but it's kind of confusing at first. She's like, oh, it hurt, I have to go to the bathroom, whatever. And so as time passed, about an hour and a half later, I was sure by then. So I woke up my husband and everything. We got ready, and I was really nervous and really excited, and it started hurting a lot. By the time we went to drop my daughter off to my mom's house and got to the hospital, I literally thought I was giving birth at the car. Like literally, that was what's happening. I was having contractions every 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. We got to the hospital. My husband just dropped me off the door and went to park. We couldn't even wait to find a parking. I couldn't even walk. I was walking, and then this old man came and wheeled me in a wheelchair. He brought a wheelchair and he wheeled me in. And I remember, he's so nice. I want to find this man again. And I can, because I think he works at the security of the hospital, because he saw me and he came. But while he was wheeling me down to the maternity section, he was telling me that it reminded him of his wife when they had their child. And when she came to the hospital, she was at 10 and she didn't have time to have the epidural, and I was like, no, don't say that, I don't want to have the epidural, So when I got there, I told the nurses, and I'm the kind of person, I wasn't like screaming or whatever. I was calm. I was really, really suffering, but I was calm. I was like, guys, I'm giving birth right now. Like, I'm in labor right now. I can push right now. And obviously they didn't take me that seriously, but there was no waiting. They immediately took me to check, and the nurse said, yeah, you're having a baby today. I'm like, I know that, but like, I know I'm having it today. I'm telling you, I'm having it now, you know? I'm like, can I have an epidural now, please? It was really hurting by then. And she told me I was at 7 centimeters. So I was like, okay, can I have the epidural like now? It really, really, really hurt. And I really didn't want to go through that like pushing phase with no epidural. I don't know. And my doctor also recommended I took the epidural because she said, just in case we have to go into C-section really fast, it would be faster if you were ready. Because on my first daughter, I didn't have the epidural, and I had to go into emergency C-section, and they had to like put me to sleep, you know, so I wasn't even there during my daughter's birth. So anyways, by the way, I'm gonna link down my first story below if you want to see how that one went. Me signing papers and whatever, and while I was signing the papers, my water broke. And on my water never broke, so I was like, ah, what's going on? It was disgusting. It's all over the place. And then they just, okay, never mind the papers, just come. They put me down on the bed. My husband wasn't even there yet because he had parked the car, came up, and they sent him back to admit me and pay whatever, do whatever papers he has to do. I have no idea. So they went running to get him back in because he was actually going to miss the delivery. By the way, all this, I mean, from the time I got to the hospital to this point, it was maybe 15 minutes. So, and then they got the doctor in, and I think that she gave me so much confidence in my ability to give birth naturally. She was the nicest, and I was asking for the epidural, and they're like, girl, you're not getting the epidural, it's too late for you, honey. And I'm like, oh no, whatever. Like, mind you, in an ideal world, I never really wanted the epidural, but with the fear of the VBAC and the pain, I wanted it. Like, I decided way before that I wanted it, but I couldn't have it yet again. I came too late to the hospital. And my mom says that she was that way too. She never got a chance to get the epidural at either of her children because she always got to the hospital too late. And it's not like we wait too long. I mean, I waited maybe 2 hours at home, you know? It's not like I was in labor for, you know, in pain for like, you know. Anyways, thank God that I have these fast deliveries. So then what? So my husband came, and yeah, the doctor came, and she was the calm. I have to just emphasize, because the importance of the doctor, I feel, is really like major, because at my first time, the doctor was really rude. She was a resident. She didn't have that much experience. She was like, oh, you have to push better, or stop screaming and push. And I was panicked the first time, and she didn't call me. And this time I was kind of panicked too. I was like, but I don't know, I don't have an epidural, I'm having a VBAC. And she's like, it's okay. And she was just smiling and so calm. She's like, it's gonna be okay. And she said, don't worry, because the first time they gave me 15 minutes to push, and I was like so stressed out to not have the time to do it right, and I really, really wanted to have a VBAC. And I'm like, but I really want this to work. She's like, it's okay, you know, but pushing a baby out can take hours. Don't rush yourself. Don't just live the moment, do what you have to do. Your body knows what it has to do. She was just the best. The amazing thing with not having the epidural was that I felt the contractions, and although they were painful, they really helped me to give birth, because I didn't need anyone to tell me when to push. Actually, I would just tell them when I needed them to be ready for me to, like, they would tell me, okay, go push, and I'm like, no, I'm not ready, it's not the time. I felt it was the time. I knew what to do, and I felt so powerful at that moment. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing, the feeling to have the control over your body and over your delivery. And so I would tell them, I would be like, okay guys, and I would concentrate, and I would pray, and it was all very organic, and I was pretty calm, except at the end when the baby actually came out. Okay, that pain is, by the way, like crazy, but I kind of freaked out at that moment. But other than that, the whole thing lasted maybe 25 minutes, I want to say, of pushing, and alhamdulillah, thank God it went just amazingly, and yeah, the pain was crazy, but once she got out, I remember one of my first words was, "This is amazing." I just said in French, like, c'est magique. I was saying, this, c'est incroyable, c'est, wow, c'est ça, this is giving birth, like, this is having a baby, this is amazing. Just, I saw her come out, and I had her right away on me, which with my daughter, I didn't see her for hours after, because I was sleeping. I had her immediately on me, and I don't know, it was crazy. I was like, wow, I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is so, one of my first words too were, this is so much better than last time. This is so much better than I think I was really traumatized by my first one. Well, not I think, I was traumatized. My husband was next to me, and you know what? I was like laughing and talking by that point. I couldn't believe that was it. I mean, it was done, and yeah, it hurt, but once it was over, it was over. I wasn't like suffering that much afterwards, you know? So, yeah, I just couldn't believe that was it. I mean, it was over. All this stress, 9 months of stress and fear and like hope, and I don't know how I would have felt if the VBAC wasn't successful. I know it would have really been hard, but I was really prepared for it to fail. And I remember even during the pushing and everything, I was thinking, okay, this is gonna fail. This is not gonna work. This is taking too long. She's gonna send me for a C-section. She's gonna lose patience. But that's not what happened. The doctor was really nice and supportive, and I was apologizing like afterwards. I'm like, I'm sorry, like if I was not collaborating. I don't know. I was just apologizing and thanking, and you're just out of your mind by that point. And we called my mom, and my mom thought that we just barely got to the hospital and started, you know, they just put me in a room or something. And my husband was like, congratulations, you know. So yeah, that's my baby girl. How she came to this world and how she made me whole again. Literally, she just made me whole again. And it's kind of sad how much a delivery can mean the world to you and your personality and your confidence and everything, but it did. That's the truth. She made me whole again. The whole postpartum experience was different because of it. I could walk right away. Well, yeah, I could walk, but it hurt a bit, but I could walk, and 3 days later I was like walking. I could hold my toddler, I can pick her up, which I couldn't do with a C-section. I could eat whatever I want, which I couldn't with a C-section. You have like a special diet. I could shower. I could, just everything was different. I felt normal. I don't know, it just feels good, and I'm so thankful to God for allowing me this amazing experience. And I'm so grateful for both my daughters. I'm so blessed. I feel like there's nothing quite as amazing in life as having children. Like, I won't ever get sick of this feeling, of this magic, of this excitement, of this fear, of this, all these emotions. I won't ever get sick of it. And I'm just so thankful and blessed. So yeah, I don't know, I think I kind of summarized the whole thing. It's more than a summary. I hope this video won't be too long. I'm gonna have to edit it. But if you have any questions concerning VBACs, if you have any fears, if you need support, anything like that, let me know. I'm really, how do you say that in English? I'm really, anyway, this is an important topic for me. So yeah, I'll be glad to, you know, share anything I can with you and talk with you. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to talk to you soon. And yeah, okay, so I hate these conclusions. I never knew how to conclude my videos. That didn't change a year later. So yeah, okay, bye bye guys, see you soon.